25 tornadoes already across several states tonight. At least 5 of those tornadoes EF3s. Winds more than 150 miles per hour. Tornado watches as we come on the air tonight as this system now moves into the east. Also tonight, President Trump's new tone. What he said about hate in this country as the FBI investigates new cases since the election. And that emotional moment with the widow of the Navy SEAL lost in that controversial raid. The manhunt right now for the suspect accused of killing this young nurse. Authorities tonight releasing this surveillance. They want the public's help. 2 police chases, the driver and his pickup truck airborne. The other scene on an American highway, the suspect driving backwards and the standoff. And tonight, the CEO of Uber and his eye-opening apology after what was revealed in this video.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with what could be a dangerous night ahead for millions of Americans after a day of deadly storms already. 25 tornadoes reported from the Midwest, and this is all moving east now. Images of the terrible damage just coming in. One of those EF3 tornadoes shattering this neighborhood in Naples, Illinois. From the air tonight, the damage stretching across miles, homes left in ruin, entire neighborhoods destroyed. And in Arkansas tonight, hundreds of people taking shelter in an underground safe house as a tornado passes over a high school there. All of this now moving east, as I mentioned, and ABC's Lindsay Janis leading us off.
Tonight, that massive storm system that spawned deadly tornadoes in the Midwest is on the move. Tornado sirens roaring in Tennessee. Powerful winds and rain, too. Students at Tennessee Tech forced to shelter in place. The storms pummeling the densely populated northeast corridor. A downed power line burning a hole in this Maryland street. Air traffic snarled. At New York's LaGuardia Airport, a close call.
Runway 4 to be closed due to a possible lightning strike.
It's on the ground. You can see the damage.
The twisters started dropping just before dinner time Tuesday. At least 25 tornadoes now reported across 8 states. Illinois hit hard.
Look at that!
Residents racing to safety. A trail of destruction left behind. Our Alex Perez is southwest of Chicago.
At least a quarter of the 200 homes here in Naples, Illinois were damaged by the storm. The National Weather Service now confirming a powerful EF3 tornado packing 155-mile-per-hour winds tore through here.
A lot of us have lived down here all of our lives and never had nothing like this, but, you know, we'll get through it.
Roughly 300 miles to the south, more than 100 homes hit in the Perryville, Missouri area by another EF3. Massive trees splintered. And this frightening scene along Interstate 55. Our Philip Mena is there.
In total darkness, those powerful winds hurling these junkyard vehicles across the highway, killing a driver passing through.
In all, at least 3 people dead and dozens more injured across the region.
A destructive day and a tough night ahead. Lindsay Janis with us live in New York City tonight. And behind this system, Lindsay, another major concern, the damaging winds.
That's right, David. You can see the winds are picking up now. Warnings and advisories have been issued for the Northeast from tonight through to tomorrow night. Gusts could top 50 miles per hour. David?
Lindsay Janis leading us off tonight. Lindsay, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z because we're clearly not in the clear yet.
Not at all. And just northwest of Charlotte, North Carolina, just getting reports in, David, of trees into structures. So it's happening at this hour. You can see the severe thunderstorm watches that stretch back to just south of Birmingham, Alabama. Those are going to go for the next couple of hours. That all along the cold front. Primary threat is damaging winds. You could see an embedded small tornado, but I really think the headline is going to be tomorrow, the up to 60-mile-per-hour winds for Providence, Rhode Island, Worcester, Massachusetts, for example. You wake up Friday morning, drop about 60 degrees if you're in Washington, D.C. from 80 today.
Yeah, real whiplash. But again, as you point out, these damaging winds that are still coming behind the system. We'll watch it tonight. See you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, we do have major developments from the White House tonight. President Trump's first major address to Congress and the American people, generating many headlines for its strikingly different tone. And there was that emotional moment when the president singled out the widow of the Navy SEAL killed in that controversial raid in Yemen. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl tonight.
An upbeat President Trump met with Republican leaders today who were buzzing about the dramatic change in tone in the president's speech last night. Right off the bat, he was reaching out, giving a nod to Black History Month, condemning a recent epidemic of hate crimes that he has been slow to acknowledge, including the vandalism of Jewish cemeteries and threats against Jewish community centers across the country that are now being investigated by the FBI.
Recent threats targeting Jewish community centers and vandalism of Jewish cemeteries, as well as last week's shooting in Kansas City, remind us that while we may be a nation divided on policies, we are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil in all of its very ugly forms.
Trump got members of both parties on their feet during the speech's emotional high point. His tribute to Navy SEAL Ryan Owens, who was killed during a controversial raid in Yemen that the president approved just a week after he took office. When the president traveled to Dover Air Force Base to witness the return of the fallen SEAL, Owens' father refused to meet with him. But last night, his widow was there.
Ryan died as he lived, a warrior and a hero, battling against terrorism and securing our nation. Ryan's legacy is etched into eternity. Thank you. Thank you.
The applause lasted for almost a full 2 minutes.
And Ryan is looking down right now, you know that, and he's very happy because I think he just broke a record.
And in stark contrast to the combative tone of the president's first weeks in office, a near total reversal, especially this line, which could be taken as a criticism of the president himself.
The time for small thinking is over. The time for trivial fights is behind us.
The positive tone was a hit with many critics. Amid the good reviews, the White House today abruptly postponed the signing of a new version of the president's controversial travel ban, something the White House has called an urgent matter of national security. But for now, at least, it will wait. A bid, perhaps, to let the big speech moment sink in.
And so let's get right to John Carl, live at the White House tonight. And John, you mentioned there the delay now in the president's new executive order. We know at first it banned citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries, among them Iraq. And John, you have news tonight that Iraq could come off the list?
I am told, David, that in the current version of this travel ban, Iraq has been removed at the urging of State Department officials and Defense Secretary Mattis, who both made the case that Iraq is a critical partner in the fight against ISIS. Including them in the ban could hinder that fight.
All right, John Carl, live at the White House. John, thanks as always. And with the address to Congress now behind the president, the new challenge for President Trump is whether he'll be able to get all of this through Congress, repealing and replacing Obamacare, as some Republicans simply want it repealed, gone for good. Sweeping tax reform, tax relief for the middle class, as he said last night, and an infrastructure plan. ABC's Mary Bruce with a reality check on the political fights ahead. She's on Capitol Hill tonight.
From Republicans on Capitol Hill tonight, praise for the president's speech, but also relief.
I thought it was terrific. I thought it was a very strong speech. It was a bold, positive, optimistic vision.
It was kind of nice to hear President Trump as president instead of candidate Trump.
For Republicans looking for direction on plans to repeal and replace Obamacare, the president outlined what should stay.
We should ensure that Americans with pre-existing conditions have access to coverage.
And what he thinks needs to change, seeming to back the House Speaker's proposal to use tax credits to buy insurance.
We should help Americans purchase their own coverage through the use of tax credits and expanded health savings accounts.
But that plan does not sit well with some within his own party. If the president is endorsing what the speaker supports, is that something you can get on board with?
No, I think that's just a new entitlement program. The moment that you say that there's guaranteed money going to people, how is that any different than the Obamacare solution, which was to give people benefits?
So that would be a non-starter for you?
That would be a non-starter for me.
The president is pitching big-ticket agenda items with big price tags. A $54 billion hike in defense spending and a $1 trillion infrastructure plan.
I came out feeling hopeful that he had now pivoted to actually governing. During the entire speech, I kept saying how are you going to do this? How are you going to bring forth new infrastructure and at the same time add $54 billion to the defense budget?
Democrats see glimmers of potential compromise, but are skeptical.
Whenever you hear him, you always got to say, okay, what am I going to hear tomorrow? Or what am I going to hear this afternoon?
Mary Bruce with us live from Capitol Hill tonight. And Mary, some late developments here. House Republicans have been under a lot of pressure to come up with a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. And tonight you're learning they're going to start debating something very soon.
David, Republicans here just finished huddling on the path forward. No new details yet, but they insist they will be voting on legislation to tackle health care in the coming weeks. David.
Mary Bruce with us again tonight. Mary, thank you. The White House tonight clearing top aide Kellyanne Conway after she told Americans to buy Ivanka Trump's fashion line on national TV. Conway accused of violating ethics rules for federal employees. But a White House lawyer found that she acted, quote, inadvertently and without nefarious motive or intent, adding that Conway has now been briefed on government ethics laws and that she promises to observe them. We turn next tonight to that record run on Wall Street. The Dow surging past 21,000 for the first time, closing above 21,115, up another 303 points today. The gains since Election Day have been historic, and ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis live outside the New York Stock Exchange tonight. Rebecca, what's driving the rally?
David, optimism is a powerful force when it comes to stocks, and investors are optimistic that change is coming from Washington in the form of lower taxes and fewer regulations in particular. That has sent the Dow up more than 15% since Election Day, and in the last 4 months, it has added to the average 401k as much as $11,000, David.
In the meantime, Rebecca, good news for retirement accounts and for savings accounts across this country, but a lot of nerves about how long this rally could last.
That's right, David, because we're in the midst of one of the longest running bull markets in history. Stocks since March of 2009 have now more than tripled. And I've spoken to a number of veteran traders here on Wall Street. They believe that the biggest risk to the rally ahead comes from Washington. If Washington can't deliver on Wall Street's expectations, you could see stocks take a turn from here, David.
All right, Rebecca Jarvis live down on Wall Street for us tonight. Rebecca, thank you. A federal judge tonight has granted bail to the widow of the Pulse nightclub attacker. Noor Salman is facing terrorism-related charges, accused of helping her husband. Her lawyers argued she has diminished mental capacity. The judge ruling she poses no danger. Mateen killed 49 people at the Pulse nightclub, the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Next tonight, new trouble for the CEO of Uber, apologizing for video showing him berating one of his own drivers, now admitting he needs, quote, leadership help. The company already facing angry calls on the internet to delete Uber and allegations that managers sexually harassed employees. ABC's Lindsay Davis with the video.
Uber CEO says he's sorry for his behavior in this newly released video, which shows him berating a driver in an argument over fares.
I lost $97,000 because of you. I bankrupt because of you.
What if
you
I
changed the whole business.
What?
You dropped the prices.
The driver blames CEO Travis Kalanick, claiming the drop in Uber fares has cost him dearly.
You know what? What? Some people don't like to take responsibility for their
They blame everything in their life on somebody else.
Email for town card.
Good luck.
Kalanick says he had to drop prices to stay competitive, but he's now apologizing and released this statement. It's clear this video is a reflection of me, and the criticism we've received is a stark reminder that I must fundamentally change as a leader and grow up. And he says, this is the first time I've been willing to admit that I need leadership help, and I intend to get it. A former female Uber engineer is now accusing the company of turning a blind eye to sexual harassment. Kalanick has called for an internal investigation into that matter and hired former Attorney General Eric Holder to look into the allegations. David.
Lindsay Davis with us. Lindsay, thank you. And there is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Wednesday. The murder manhunt at this hour, the search for a suspect. They need the public's help. The young nurse found dead in her home. Authorities tonight releasing surveillance of a possible killer. We'll have more after the break. Also, 2 police chases making headlines tonight. The driver in that pickup truck there, airborne. And the other scene on this American highway, the suspect driving backwards, and then the standoff right there. And the interview tonight making news. Oprah Winfrey asked if she'll run for president.
Right, because it's clear that you don't.
Is she running? The answer coming up.
Our generation really has gotten used to a whole new world.
It's been hard sometimes, but switching to consumer cellular, easy.
Now our cell phone bill is a fraction of what it used to be.
And they have a risk-free guarantee.
If you don't love their service, you can cancel and pay nothing.
But you'll love it.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts. Stop paying too much for wireless service and switch to consumer cellular. Call, go online, or visit a Target store today.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio.